Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Appa will be uploading 4 videos minimum every week, and we will post it up on every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, Malaysian time, 7 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Okay, and I have already over 600 videos there, so you can take a look if you are free, or you want to get some cooking ideas. So today, Appa is going to make a 淮扬菜. Okay, 淮扬菜is actually a dish from China called 清炖狮子头. 清炖 meaning it is actually a stew dish but using a very plain broth. Today I'm going to use chicken broth. Alright, about 1 bowl of chicken broth here. And then 炖 is stew. 狮子头 is meatball, but much larger meatball. It is not the ping pong size, it's actually much larger one. Okay, so let's look at the ingredient. First of all, in order to make the meatball, I have about 300 grams of minced meat. You can use minced pork or minced chicken. And then this is about 1/4 of big onion, big yellow onion, chopped. Just 1/4, yeah. This is about 3 pieces of water chestnut. So if you don't have water chestnut, you can also, this is the fresh water chestnut. If you don't have it, you can actually use hikama, yeah, hikama or sengguang. Water chestnut is sweeter, of course. So you will need few pieces of cabbage so that you can actually wrap your meatball in it in the stew later. Okay, I have a little bit more. It's okay. I wanted to be a little bit more veggie in this stew. That's all. So let's start making our meatball. Right. 300 grams of minced meat. Let's give it some seasoning. I'm going to start with a little bit of salt. This is light soya sauce, about 1 tablespoon. This is Shaoxing wine, about 1 tablespoon or so. This is a few dashes of white pepper. Okay, we're going to put in the water chestnut. I already washed my hand, by the way. People like to scold me using bare hands. But yeah, I don't know how many of you actually wear gloves to cook at home. I use my bare hand, but I always wash it, yeah? Please stop scolding Appa. All this is actually for my family's dinner, okay? So, I already put in the onion as well. So I'm going to put in half an egg first. Don't put in too much egg at once. We don't want it to be too watery, yeah? So you want to mix everything together. Looks like my yellow onion is a little bit too much. It's okay there. It's alright. Okay, I could use more egg here. My egg is not very big today. You can put in a little bit of starch powder to help sticking everything together. If you don't want to put, also can. I'm just going to put about 1 tablespoon. Usually when we are eating meatball outside, the ratio for the flour will be a lot more. But for when we are making ourselves at home, you don't have to put so much. I'm not putting in any sugar here because I'm using water chestnut, which is already sweet. Alright. So if you are using hikama, you probably want to put a little bit of sugar. Right, so this is the kind of consistency we want. And then we are going to make this into a huge meatball, not the normal ping pong size. Okay. It's going to be really huge. At least triple the size of a ping pong, yeah? Right? A huge ping pong. So after this, we're going to fry it. Not until it is cooked, just to make it stay in shape and also to create some char outside the meatball, yeah? On the surface of the meatball. Right, really huge ones. My wife loves this dish. And this dish should be very fragrant and then very soft when you are eating the meatball. The usual meatball we eat usually is a little bit hardened, right? The smaller ping pong size one, but this one is supposed to be really, really soft because the last step of the cooking is actually the stew process where we are going to stew it for at least minimum about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Imagine that. Imagine how soft it's going to be. My goodness. See which one of my meatball is smaller. I'm going to enlarge it. This one, the first one. Okay, 300 grams of meat, you only have 4 meatballs. But 1 meatball is good enough to feed 1 adult, yeah? Some may want to add some garlic inside, up to you, totally up to you, whatever you want to eat. Add inside the meatball. To your own liking, you decide, because you're cooking for your family, you're not cooking for Appa. Okay, 4 meatballs, and now we are going to prepare the oil. Alright, we want to use at least 150 to 160 degrees Celsius of oil. How do you know? Well, first of all, you don't see any smoke. The moment you see a smoke, you see some smoke coming out from the oil, it is at least 180 or even 200 and above. Too hot, okay? We want about 150 to 160. No smoke. And then you put a chopstick inside, immediately you can see some bubbles. Yeah, bubbling, yeah? Right? So these are at least about 140 to 150, which is exactly the temperature we wanted. I mentioned just now, this is not to cook it fully. This is just to create the shape, yeah? This is to create the round shape, the meatball shape. We can fry this meatball for probably about 2 or 3 minutes. Sometimes people complain Appa talk too much, so you can always fast forward, yeah? Don't worry. So for those who want to listen, you just listen. Soft, gently turn it over. Can turn down the fire a little bit. I didn't put a lot of stock, therefore it will some of the onion will actually release from here, but still alright. Okay, so we're going to fry this for another minute or two, then I will take it out. We'll come back shortly. Okay, this is after about 2 minutes plus. Basically, it has started to take shape. So what we want to do now is to remove the meatball and put it on, wrap it with the cabbage. And this is the second one. Ooh. Can you see? Okay, good. The third one. Alright. Looks really good. So the fourth one here. Okay, put it inside the cabbage. Off the fire. See how simple it is? So today Appa is going to use my Pacifica steamer. Some of you may have already seen it before. Where I have some extra cabbage here, which I'm going to put it at the bottom. Right. Then I'm going to slowly arrange the meatball together with the cabbage into the steamer pot. This is the stainless steel inner pot. Let me try and adjust the angle for you. Right. See? Okay, I hope you can see clearly. And I'm going to add in the chicken broth and plus a little bit more water. This particular steamer, it is even fine if you don't add enough water, because it will create water by itself. As a matter of fact, there is a maximum sign here. Your water level cannot go over this maximum sign, and later actually the water level will actually increase over time. Yeah, I'm going to add in more water. If you don't have this particular steamer, you can use a normal pot, no problem. Okay. Okay. I'll probably do the final adjustment to taste towards the end, right before serving. Probably add a little bit of salt towards the end, that's all. Other than that, no. So I'm going to put this inside. Lock it. Once you hear the click sound, you've locked it already. And I'm going to move it over to my Pacifica steamer. So here's the steamer.
Thank you for choosing Pacifica.
You can talk. Put in the stainless steel pot, inner pot. And we're going to choose soup. Okay, soup meaning it will actually takes longer to cook, and the heat will slowly build up. So this is 2 hours. So I'm just going to let it cook for 2 hours. The good thing on this machine is you put in the 2 hours, you don't have to really come and check the water level later. It will do everything by itself. Unlike the normal convention pot, if you want to slow cook, something for 2 hours, then of course you can use very low heat, but then again, the water level will keep on reducing, so you have to keep on going checking probably every half an hour. This one, no need. Press the button, leave it there. That's all. Okay, so once we come back 2 hours later, it's done. Just put a little bit of salt and done. If you want to know more about this particular machine, you can actually, I will put all the details inside my description box, okay? In both the YouTube and also my Facebook. Wow, you can hear the steams releasing. All right, we'll come back short after 2 hours. I notice it really cooks differently when I press the soup button compared to when I'm pressing the steam and steamed chicken. The steaming coming out from here will be very consistent. And when you press the soup, then you will feel, you will notice every few minutes it will boil a little bit. Every few minutes it will boil a little bit. So it's more like a slow cooking style, which is good, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Now this less than 1 more minute and it is done, completed the 2 hour session. So you can actually, if you are a busy working mom, done, okay? Finish cooking. So if you are a busy mom, you can actually prepare that in the morning and schedule it to let it cook. Then by the time when you arrive, it is already fully cooked. And this cover here, this inner pot, if you don't open it, just leave it. It can the heat. It can actually retain the heat for at least up to 8 hours. Imagine that, 8 hours. Yeah, so it's very amazing equipment. I use it a few times already. I really like this machine. It really helps me. And just now, after I put it in 2 hours, I went and do my own work. Okay, so yeah, I'm just take it out. Yeah, just remove this carefully. Bring it to my kitchen. Yes, I actually put this machine in my living hall because it actually looks really good, really classy, and really yang. Okay. So when you want to open it, be very careful. Inside is full of steam. Okay, so after you press this, always face it the other outwards. Yeah, face it outwards so that the steam will not hurt your hand. Whoa. Let me adjust the angle for you. Look at this. My goodness. And I didn't put a lot of water, but it came out a lot. This is the beauty of steaming. It actually generates more broth from the meat itself. Of course, you have the sweetness from the veggie. Now let me just do some final seasoning here. Oh, this is going to be so sweet. Naturally sweet. Yeah, naturally sweet. So what we need to do is just to add some salt, that's all. About 1 teaspoon of salt. And it's done. You can give it a little bit of white pepper if you like. Optional, totally optional. Okay. Alright, done. And it's a very beautiful dish. And you can just serve this way also can, up to you. Alright, so if you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.